prediction number 4, I think that wellness and longevity and health are going to permeate all things fitness. Let me explain. For my first decade in this industry, fitness didn't feel particularly inclusive, right? It felt like, hey, this is for young, fit people. All the marketing materials you'd see, all the stock photos, all the direct mail pieces, websites that all have these young, fit models, kind of portraying what fitness was and kind of at the same time telling you what it wasn't. And it wasn't particularly inclusive for the 50 and over crowd, for women going through menopause, for people who wanted to focus on longevity or anti-aging, for people who just wanted to improve their health. Now, occasionally you'd run across people who would talk about those things, but as a whole, the industry didn't do a whole lot to support that crowd. Now, we're doing more and more, and you're seeing more facilities focus on 50 and over. You're seeing more facilities focus on longevity, anti-aging. You're seeing more opportunities to weave wellness into everything we do. Now, I will tell you, I predicted this pre-pandemic that wellness was kind of where we were headed. And I think in some ways the pandemic kind of expedited that because people started to think about how do I stay healthy, not just physical health, but mental health and the role that exercise played in that. And so instead of just body composition, people were starting to be more attentive to all the potential benefits that we could provide in our facilities through our coaching. And I think that stuff's only going to snowball. I mean, we see more and more people kind of dabbling and adding recovery components. They'll have Normatec boots. They'll, a few people do cryotherapy. That they'll do some things, but I think we are going to see everything from mobility or stretching being integrated into stuff to blood work. And don't be surprised if there are people licensing programs, setting up almost like kiosk type things inside facilities to do all of this stuff. I think that specialization when it comes to the older crowd, the active aging crowd, to the perimenopausal, to the menopausal crowd, I think all of that is only going to continue to grow, right? You'll see taglines now on articles that say 60 is the new 40 or whatever else, which, that sounds great to a guy who's 52 as I record this. But there's something to be said for the fact that the people who are a bit older have more disposable income. They're often empty nesters, so they've got more availability. So scheduling and being consistent becomes a little bit easier. Their priorities shift. They're already understanding that, hey, I'm going to invest in recovery from health issues, or I'm going to invest in prevention of health issues. So if you're not tapping into the wellness, the health, the longevity piece of this, there's a big opportunity there. Now, I'm not telling you that's for everybody. If you train young athletes, probably not for you. If you are really focused on large group training for the younger crowd, maybe that's not your focus. But I'm even seeing places like Orange Theory and some of these other franchises that typically have marketed to and tried to cater to a younger, fitter, more aesthetic focused crowd. Even they are understanding this opportunity and starting to pursue it. So, I think that you can 100% think more health coaching, wellness coaching as an adjunct to what you're doing when it comes to training, when it comes to fitness, and start exploring opportunities. See about collaborative opportunities with functional medicine, functional wellness. Look at opportunities to integrate longevity, active aging, specialty stuff, serving those populations in what you do. The other thing about it is, they probably don't want to be in groups of 40, right? So small group training, semi-private. There's some really good opportunities there that allow you to charge a higher price point, tap into maybe a market that's not as crowded, have better margins, and build a really durable, successful business.